Good morning, children. Now take workbook part, page number 37. So chapter is 8, growing plants. Now it is exercise time, children. First one, tick a right mark, okay, the correct answer. First one, the outer covering of the seed is, children, the outer covering of the seed is option A, embryo, option B, seed coat, option C, cotyledon. Which one is the right answer? Yes, B is the right answer. Seed coat is the right answer. So I marked B is the right answer. Second one, which of the following is an agent of dispersal of seeds? Agent means which helps in dispersal of seeds, children. So option A is water, option B is electricity, option C is soil. You know that wind, water, animals, birds, okay, and exploitation of fruits are the agents for the dispersal of seeds. So here the options are A, water, B, electricity, C, soil. So water is the right answer. So A is the right answer. Okay. Children, now the third one. See the third one. Tiger nail seeds are dispersed by option A, air, option B, animals, option C, water. So tiger nail seeds are dispersed by animals. Okay. Children, now see second one, fill in the blanks. Okay. First one, cotyledons are called seed leaves, protect the baby plant called dash. What is this answer? Embryo. Okay. Cotyledons protect the baby plant called embryo. Second one, flowers grow into, yes, fruits. Flowers grow into fruits. This is the second one. Flowers grow into fruits. Third one, plants like onion. Plants like onion grow from underground stems. Plants like onion grow from underground stems called, that is, bulbs. What is this, children? These are bulbs. So once again I repeat the fill in the blanks. Cotyledons protect the baby plant called embryo. Flowers grow into fruits. Plants like onion grow from underground stems called bulbs. Okay. Children, I see the third bit. Give two examples of each plant that reproduce through. So we know that plant reproduces by many ways. By seeds, by stems, by leaves, by roots, and by underground stems. So the first one it is given here is underground stems. So what are the two examples? Potato, ginger. Potato and ginger. And next one, spore. What is the next one? Spore. Spores are, here see, microscopic units, and first and mushroom, fern and mushroom, the seeds are absent. So they reproduce with the help of spores. Next one, root. What is that, children? Root. Carrot and wood apple. Carrot and wood apple reproduces by roots. So once again I repeat here. So underground stem examples are potato, ginger. Spore, fern, mushroom. Root, carrot, wood apple. Okay. Children, now see fourth bit. Answer the following questions. First one. Name any two seeds that are dispersed by wind and by water. So we know that the seeds are dispersed by different agents. Let's see. Seeds of cotton and dandelion. Yes, see. Seeds of cotton and dandelion are dispersed by air or wind. Lotus and coconut. Lotus and coconut are dispersed by water. Lotus and coconut are dispersed by water. So seeds of cotton and dandelion are dispersed by wind. Lotus and coconut are dispersed by water. Second one, write about three conditions that are essential for germination. So we know that germination is very important for the seed. Okay, so after germination the seed develops into a baby plant. So here, but the conditions are necessary. What are the conditions? First one, germinating seeds breathe in oxygen. So germinating seeds breathe in oxygen, so air is needed. So germinating seeds also require oxygen, so air is required. Second one, water helps to soften the seed coat. Okay, so water helps to soften the seed coat and dissolves the food that is present in the seed. So we know that in the seed the food is present. So what the water will do? It dissolves the food. So that is why water is also required. Third one, seeds are made up of living cells. Seeds are also made up of living cells, and warmth is essential. Okay, the warmth is essential to start off the growth process. Warmth means heat. Okay, is essential or required to start off the growth process. So in these 3 points, oxygen, next one is water, next one is warmth. So these are the 3 conditions that are required. Okay. Children, see the third question. What is vegetative propagation? So vegetative propagation is a type of reproduction. We know that. The method of obtaining new plants. The method of obtaining new plants from the leaves, stems and roots. So from the leaves the new plants will come. From the roots the new plants will come, and from the stems also the new plants will come. Of the parent plant is called vegetative propagation. Once again I repeat, the method of obtaining new plants from the leaves, stems and roots of the parent plant is called vegetative propagation. Fourth one, what do you mean by dispersal of seeds? What do you mean by dispersal of seeds? List the agents of seed dispersal. So, what do you mean by dispersal of seeds? See, you know that scattering. Okay, so the way to scatter the seeds, of the plants to faraway places. That means the scattering of the seeds is called dispersal of seeds. Then what are the agents? The agents of seed dispersal are wind, water and animals. So once again, the way to scatter the seeds of the plants to faraway places is called dispersal of seeds. The agents of seed dispersal are wind, water and animals. Okay. Children, now see the fifth one. Draw and label the structure of a seed. So this is a seed, children. This is also seed. So the outer one is called as seed coat. This outer layer is called as seed coat. Now this is called labeling. Writing the parts is labeling, children. So this is the outer one which is called as the seed coat. And this is yellow color which is called as the food storage. This is called food storage. And see, children, this is embryo which is a baby plant. Okay, embryo is called a baby plant. So this is the seed, children. This is a seed which consists of 3 parts: seed coat, food storage and the embryo which is a baby plant. Okay. Children, now see the hearts. Hearts means higher order thinking skills. Higher order thinking skills. Why does a farmer sow seeds leaving some space between them? So if you will observe the agricultural field, the farmer will leave some space. Why he leaves the space? Leaving some space between them results in uniform growth. Uniform means equal growth. Okay. And reduces overcrowding. If the farmer won't leave the space, children, automatically it will lead to overcrowding. Overcrowding means so many plants will occupy in the same space. Okay, thereby providing sufficient nutrients, water and sunlight to, okay, see here, thereby providing sufficient nutrients, water and sunlight to all plants. If there is a space between them, and automatically what happens, the plants will get, the seeds will get proper nutrients, water and sunlight. So once again I repeat, leaving some space between them means between the seeds, results in uniform growth, equal growth, and reduces overcrowding. So if there is a space, automatically the overcrowding will be reduced and the seeds will get sufficient nutrients, water and sunlight to all parts. Now let's go for value-based question. Value-based question. You see, we must take a pledge that we plant 2 trees every time we cut down a tree. So when you will cut down a tree, so it's our responsibility as the nature protector. So if we protect the nature, nature will protect us. So trees are very important. If you will cut down 1 tree, yes, we should take a pledge that we will plant 2 trees. Okay. Do you agree with this idea? Why or why not? If you will agree with this idea, why? If you won't agree, why not? Yes, I agree with this idea. Not only myself, everyone should agree with this idea, because trees improve air quality. Trees improve air quality by producing oxygen. If trees are there, all the living organisms will get enough oxygen. They clean the air by trapping dust, pollen and other pollutants. So many pollutants will be there. If trees are not there, those pollutants will directly enter into our nose and cause so many diseases. So trees will act as a filter by trapping dust, pollen and other pollutants and provide shelter and food for wildlife. Wildlife means for wild animals. It provides shelter. So many animals will live under the caves of the trees, and on the trees so many birds and so many animals. So trees providing everything. Trees providing the shade. Trees providing the oxygen. Trees providing what? Yes, improving air quality also. Understand? So once again I repeat, yes, I agree with this idea, because trees improve air quality by producing oxygen. They clean the air by trapping dust. So the dust will be trapped if the trees are there. Okay, the pollen will be trapped and the pollutants are also trapped and provide shelter and food for wildlife. Okay? Children, now it is home assignment or project. Find and write which country the following plants have come from. So different plants have come from different countries. Now let's see, we have the left side the plants and on the right side the countries, okay, where the plants have come. First one, tea has come from China. So which country? China. Next, cucumber, India. Cucumber is India. And here peanut is Brazil or Peru. Brazil and Peru. Next one, onion, Central Asia. Onion have come from Central Asia. Tomato, South and Central America. Okay, tomato have come from South and Central America. Next one, brinjal, India. Brinjal is India. Lemon, Burma, China, India. 3 countries. Next one, chinar. So this vegetable or this plant have come from India. So once again I repeat, tea has come from China, cucumber has come from India, peanut has come from Brazil and Peru, and next one here, onion has come from Central Asia, tomato from South and Central America, brinjal from India, lemon from Burma, China and India, and chinar is from India. Okay, so this is the end of the workbook part, children. Thank you.